line of best fit. Okay, I think that you guys have done some things with this.
I think it is scatter plot. Yeah.
All right, so a scatter plot. A scatter plot is used to investigate the relationship between two variables. Okay, and correlation. Sometimes we call it a trend line, but the correlation means how the points in the scatter plot are related to each other. Okay? So if the points in my scatter plot are these guys right here, and if I were to draw a line of best fit through these, what would my slope end up being? Positive, negative, 0, or 95? Positive. Positive. So we call this a positive correlation. My next one would be what kind of a correlation? Negative. A negative correlation. And this guy, when my dots are just kind of scattered all over the place, well, kind of, we just call it no correlation.
Is it wrong?
Yes. Because it's not quite like slope when we're talking about correlation.
What does it do when you switch reflectors? Are they like charged or something?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So sometimes we want to take our scatter plot and find the line of best fit. And we've just spent 2 weeks finding equations of lines. Okay, and so that's what we're doing. Is we've got our scatter plot. They've already plotted all of our points for us. Okay, so when we draw our line of best fit, I'm not going to connect all my points. Okay, all I'm going to do is take a line and try to best draw it through the majority of the line. So in this case, my line to get it through most of the points might look like this.
Oh, really good one.
I'm impressed. It's a lot straighter than normal.
Because your marker is torch.
Okay, so if I'm looking at my line of best fit, okay, and I'm trying to figure out which line it goes with, okay, first of all, choose one that best represents the data. So, if I'm going line of best fit, first of all, this out here stands for my what?
Your y-intercept.
My y-intercept or my starting point, right? Okay, so over here, my starting point is kind of between 75 and 80, right? So right now, it could be either one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got to kind of figure out what my slope would be, right? So I don't pick 2 points that are out here. Okay, I'm going to find 2 points that are on my line. And I like to find spots that kind of go where my grid lines connect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I might pick this point right here, and maybe this one is pretty close, right? Okay, so if I'm going to find my slope, what's my rise?
4. I can't see.
3. 3. And my run would be?
6.
Yeah, about 6. So in this case, my slope really is about negative 1/2 x plus maybe 77. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, if we went by the line that I just drew, we'd kind of have to choose. I'd have to take A, B, or D, I think. Okay? I think I may have been able to draw a little bit better line, maybe from 80 and down, maybe, and it shows an A, but it kind of depends on where you end up drawing your line. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so this one. Okay, if I draw my trend line, so remember I'm not connecting all my points, I'm just drawing it through my data. Okay, first of all, is my slope positive or negative?
Negative.
It's negative, so that knocks out who and who?
AB.
That knocks out A and B. Okay, now we've got to figure out kind of what my slope is, right? So let's say I'm going from here to where do you want to go? Maybe right here? Yeah, I can go with that. What's my rise? 1. What's my rise? 2. So right now I have my slope being negative 1/2. What's closer to negative 1/2? The negative 3/5 or the negative 5/3? Yeah, because the negative 5/3 is over 1, right? So that's a pretty steep line that D would have to be. Kind of, yep. But like on your assignment, it might not be multiple choice. And so we're going to talk about how to do it if it's not multiple choice. Okay? So, number 2, let's draw our line. About like that. Okay? Let's ignore the multiple choice right now. Let's talk about how we are going to come up with our own line. Okay? So we know we're going to start up with y equals. Right? Yes, no, maybe? Okay? I need to find the slope of my line. So to be able to find the slope of my line, I need 2 points on my line, right? Okay, so let's go, does it matter again? No, let's go right here. And maybe right here? Okay. Draw my triangle. What's my rise?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
5. And my run is 3. So my slope is 5/3 x. Plus, what is my y-intercept? Where does it cross the y-axis? Well, it's on your paper. You're supposed to be doing that. Look at your paper.
I have a totally different line than you.
Okay, so 3.5 is up here. This is 0, so this would
1.
be 1.
I have a totally different line than you.
Okay, so your equation is going to be based off of your line. Okay, depending on where it crosses the y-axis.
You're gonna have like 20 different answers.
Possibly, yep. There's some that can be close. I mean, you have to be fairly close, like especially when it comes to like the slope type of thing. But
How close are you?
Well, if you think it matches your line, it should be
yeah.
how do you want to match?
All right, so let's look at this one. Okay, again, don't look at your multiple choice. Okay, now, these points have a pretty close correlation, right? What kind of a correlation? Positive, negative, 0?
Positive.
Positive. All right, so this, my line, how about my line? There, that's a little better. My line actually touches almost every single point. Okay, so y equals, we gotta find our slope, which isn't going to be, all right, so I've got one there, I've got one there. Rises 1 over 3. So 1/3 x plus 0. So do I want to put plus 0 there?
No.
No. So I'm just going to go y equals 1/3 x. I was looking at my multiple choice, which one's the closest?
C.
C. So, Izzy, you see how things are a little bit different there? Okay, we drew a little bit different lines than what the book drew. Alright, so number 4, make your line. Okay, y equals, I need to find my slope. I kind of got 2 points right here, right? Rises 2 over 2, which is 1. Now, which direction is it going?
Negative.
Be careful with that. So I have y equals negative 1x or negative x. Either way, remember I'll accept both.
Okay.
My x-axis is hard to see. So my x and y-axis is here. Where does it cross? 2. So plus 2. That time we were right on what the book had.